What's up? What's up? What's up? I want to welcome you guys to Speak Loud and Proud. I am Aiko Finesse. So I had the idea to do a Q&A because I've had people ask quite a few questions. So I was like, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and just put it in the blog because some of the questions are kind of the same. So if anybody else approaches me with these questions, I can just drop them a link to this video. All right. If you haven't already, man, make sure y'all subscribe to my channel. If you're new to, if this is your first time watching one of my videos, I started this channel last year when I decided to transition, starting with why I came out, surgery. Right now, I'm on hormones, so I just been sharing the journey, as my life changes, alright? And also to help, other guys that's looking to transition who, have questions about the process and stuff like that. Alright, so I want to hop straight into it. I don't like to have, long videos because I don't want y'all to get too bored. So I'm going to try to get through these questions as quickly as possible. If you still have more questions, feel free to drop them below. Or as always, how everybody's been doing, just, DM me on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, all social media. You can find me at Aiko Finesse, all right? So let's jump straight into it. First question. First and foremost, ain't no such thing as a stupid question. If you don't know, you don't know, all right? But I've actually had someone ask me what do my shots do. When I first started taking my shots, I used to take pictures of the bottle, take pictures of the needle, and people would ask me, what does it do? We all know females produce estrogen, males produce testosterone. Testosterone comes from, the testicle of the male. I wasn't born with testicles, therefore I have to inject testosterone into my body. And it's basically when you're going from one hormone to another, it's basically I'm going through puberty like a little boy would go through puberty. Testosterone, the vocal cords drop. My voice is deeper than what it was. I've gained muscle. I've gained a lot of muscle mass. Fat distribution. My hips aren't as curvy like a female, so I'm able to see more definition in my hips, like the V cut, stuff like that. My sex drive is very high. My temper is very short. Like I stated in another video, not to where I'm snapping on somebody, but you know how males, majority of a lot of males have short tempers. My temper is very short. Small stuff, makes me mad than you normally would. I actually can't cry as quick as I used to. If you guys, been following me, I recently lost my mom last summer. So moments where I just want to cry, sometimes I really can't. It's very hard for me to cry. I've experienced, I have bottom growth. I've stated that in a previous video. I think my 2-month follow-up, my 2 months on T, I spoke on that. Facial hair, body hair, everything that a male normally produce is what I'm producing. I don't have facial hair yet. I have noticed the hair on my leg has gotten thicker. So far as hair growing, that's the only thing I've really noticed, but that's what testosterone does. I've also had somebody ask me, will I have to take it for the rest of my life? It depends. And another thing with T2, I don't have menstrual cycles anymore. If I have a full hysterectomy, yes, I will have to, because my body's not going to produce no type of hormone whatsoever. So yeah, pretty much on it, because if I stop taking T, the only thing that's going to come back is my menstrual cycle. My voice is not going to change anymore. The hair is not going to stop growing. Everything else pretty much sticks with being on testosterone. So that's what my shot does. Somebody asked me how tall I was and my experience with, I guess, being short and dating. I'm 5'3.5". Dating, I've dated women that's my height. I've dated women that's taller than me. It kind of sucks when your girl, is taller than you, but I mean, it's out of my control. So there's nothing I can do about my height. But I just, I guess I've just adapted to it, I guess. Um, Dating. Somebody asked, was it different with being trans? I actually did do a blog on dating as a trans man. Dating is pretty much the same. I didn't think as many women would be interested in me now that I'm transitioning, but a lot of women are really into dating trans men. I've had women say, they're very intrigued by me and just want to really get to know me as a person. So dating has really been the opposite of what I thought, because before I started transitioning, I always thought like, man, ain't no female gonna want to talk to me, especially in the LGBTQ community, they gonna want to be with a female. But it's really quite a lot of women out there that don't mind dating a trans man. Like my best friend said, she look at it as the best of both worlds. So dating, it's been interesting. And while I'm on that subject, I was asked if I'm single. Yes, I am single. I think when I did the dating trans, I was talking to someone, but to answer the question now, yes, I am single. Another question was sex wise, like, am I still having female sex, or am I penetrating? To answer that question, it has not changed. The only time I will penetrate is if it's asked. It's not something that I'd be like, oh, I want to strap you down, that type. To me, it's not that serious. I go off with what a woman wants, what I'm saying? So I try to fulfill the need of what that particular woman wants, because you got some women that don't like to be penetrated, and you have some women that like it, so it's really, with the female that I'm being intimate is, what they want. To stay on that subject, I was asked, am I a touch me not? No, I am not. I like to be touched, I like to, I'm not a touch me not. I'm not gonna get into, too much into that, but no, I'm not. Back to the transitioning part. Pronouns. The first one is, do I get upset when people don't use the correct pronoun? In the beginning, I was kind of lenient before, because when I started transitioning, I had surgery first. A lot of guys typically will get on hormones first, then have surgery. But because I had the opportunity and, I really was in that position to where I could have surgery, I went ahead and had surgery, which I'm glad I did, because now I don't have my insurance anymore. But when I had surgery, I didn't plan on taking hormones. I ain't gonna say I didn't plan on taking hormones. I was kind of in the air with it, but at the time I was like, I'm not gonna do hormones right now. I just wanted surgery. So I wasn't really big on people using the correct pronoun. But now I am, especially with me being on hormones, because people that don't know me really see me as male. Probably after being on T for like a good month and a half, like going out in public, it was people really saw male, and I really had to look in the mirror, like, I started doing comparison pictures, like, and it's like, okay, like, my face isn't as soft, it's very it's a little toned up now. So now I make my pronoun kind of making it a big deal right now, which people that I conversate with on a weekly basis or day-to-day basis are really trying to use the correct pronoun. Some might slip up and be like, oh, I mean, I don't get mad when it's that, when they say girl, or they be like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't get mad, because I feel like at least you're trying. But I do actually have some people who just keep, referring to me as a female, keep calling me girl, and it gets annoying. I get pissed off. Some people I kind of really don't kind of fell back from until they get it right, because, I'm just respect, what I'm asking you to do. So yeah, I do get upset when people don't use correct pronoun. And then while I'm on that topic, somebody asked, do I get upset when my family doesn't use the correct pronoun? Yeah, I kind of do. With them, with family, I know it's gonna take time, especially because they used to send a female. But yeah, it does bother me that some do refer to me as girl. So yeah, I do get upset about that. We still working on it. I guess it's to the point. I guess they gonna wait till they see me with facial hair to be like, okay. But yeah, it do bother me. I try to give it time especially with family. I try to give it time, but I do get annoyed with it. Another question was being on T. How does it affect me mentally? I have my days where I'm insecure about how I look. One of the issues is the scarring. Sometimes it gets to me, sometimes it don't. With the scars, I think that's part of the the gender dysphoria. It's kind of hard to answer that question because soon as I had surgery, my mom passed away, and then my mom passed last August, and then I started taking testosterone in January. So mentally, I got a lot going on. So I can't, being on T, it kind of makes it hard because, like I stated, my temper is short. I get impatient real easily now. So I have my moments. I can put it to I really have my moments with being on testosterone, with it messing with me mentally. But far wise as the T, being on T, I think that's the only thing that outside of dealing with everything else, I just know my patience is real short, and I get pissed easily now. But I'm just glad it's not to the point where I just be like want to punch a wall or damage something. I take that back. I I had a moment like my day, like my mind was just all over the place, and I was in the yard and something wasn't going right. Somebody had pissed me off, and I got so upset. Like I was knocking stuff over. I kicked the door off my shed and it broke. So that's about the only like outburst I had. I was by myself though, so I know if I'm feeling like I'm gonna get pissed off, I separate myself. If I'm around somebody or if I'm on the phone, I'd be like, let me call you right back. I'm having a moment. So I do know how to remove myself if I'm around somebody. When it's affecting me mentally. What do I identify as? Somebody asked me, do I identify as straight male? Yes, I do. Which that's a good question because you have trans people that they are pansexual. Pansexual is when you're attracted to whatever you're attracted to. Basically, you're pretty much attracted to both sexes. And I'm glad somebody asked me that question because people think because I transition, so I'm only I'm only into females, but you do have people that transition from. I know a guy right now who's transitioned from female to male, and he has a boyfriend. And I know of another trans female who went from male to female, and she has a girlfriend. So just because somebody transition does not mean they're going to date, the opposite sex. Some are still into. Doesn't mean they're going to date the same sex. There's some are still into the opposite sex. Matter of fact, and there's actually a couple on my Instagram. One is female to male, and the other one is male to female, and they're married. They got kids. Like seriously, so it's whatever you're attracted to. Well, some people. I still like women. So yeah, I ain't nothing changed. I still like women. And that was all. Yeah, I covered all the questions. Yep, I covered everything. Oh, no, I didn't. I'm sorry. Another one, I think this is the last one. When did I know I wanted to transition? I've battled with my gender probably I want to say like around 8 or 9. that I didn't care to, you know. And then it's like when you that young, people think, you know, of course, you know, me grow in my generation is, oh, you know, you're a little tomboy, and you know, which, you know, some girls are, and then they grow out of it. But I just never cared to, you know, be girly girl. By the time I hit high school, well, middle school, I would try to dress girly, try to, wear girl hairstyles, and it was just, I hated it. Like I just hated it. I didn't fully know. Well, I ain't gonna say I didn't fully know. I didn't fully make the decision till after my best friend passed away. Because you know, Sean died at 31 years old, and I was turning 31 that year, and it was just more of a, you know, watching somebody that your best friend, you know, they're gone, and it's like, what if that was me? Did I live life to the fullest? Would I have any regrets on, you know, life itself? And I knew right then and there that I was not happy with myself. I was not comfortable with who I was. It's times where, you know, I hated looking in the mirror at myself, and I didn't see what I saw in my mind, you know. And that's when I really, you know, pretty much put Aiko first, and took the steps to do what was going to make me happy. So part of me, I think the only part of me regrets that I waited so long. But, you know, everything happens when it's supposed to happen. I am grateful that I was able to share what I was feeling inside of me with my mom before she passed away. That I'm very grateful for. I hate that she's not here. Well, she sees me now, but I hate that she's not here physically to like really see. But she see now, she know. But I knew at a young age. So for people to say, oh, you know, you young, you don't know this, and you know, you don't know that. I mean, you still human. You know what you feel. You can't let nobody tell you different, you know. So to answer that question, I knew at a very young age. It's just I didn't start the process till I turned 32. So that was all the questions I had. If you guys want to know more, drop your questions below this video, or you can DM me on any social media platform. Yes, I respond. But how I end every video, man, if it's not hurting you or harming others, do what makes you happy. Don't let nobody stop you from living life. Don't let nobody stop you from living your truth. All right? I am Aiko Finesse, man. I'll holler at y'all.